All right, let's get it. Math Hoffa evicted. I wonder how much FBA influence, how much pressure that we add to this inevitable experience. And now he's crying, blaming everybody, and it's not working. Okay, you got to be held accountable. It's not working. So let me take you back 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Matt Hoffa was on the hot seat because he fired his core cast, right? The people who helped get him the celebrity guest, the people who were in the industry. I'm gonna name two people specifically, Esso and Bigger Picture. Okay, I'm gonna play them as well. They're gonna give you their take. So 2 years ago, there was some rumors that from the show, My Expert Opinion, MEO, they call it. At some point, Math was awarded $3 million. Now, what he does with it is up to him. But it was to keep the show going, right? Math decided, this is alleged, Math decided to, what I'm hearing, fire his cast because he didn't want to share the money, share the wealth with them. So he let them go so he can keep all the money. That was the old allegations. Let me first give you this fair use copyright disclaimer because I gotta play the evidence. So copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, so again, Joe Budden got wind of this $3 million bag 2 years ago that allegedly Matt Hoffa received and fired his cast because he did not want to share their wealth. Let's play it.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a second. I should not be hearing any feedback. Okay, I know what it is now. I muted the wrong. Okay, I got it. We good.
Seems like Math Hoffa and his buddies are having some discrepancies out there. And all of those guys are my guys. But boy, did they make a bunch of clips about all my podcast beef, so here we are. Let's go! Word on the street, Math got $3 million and got rid of these niggas. Let's go!
All right, so now let's fast forward. We actually called Math live to address the allegations. And Math actually addressed the allegations live on Joe Budden's podcast, and it didn't go well for him.
We at Dumbo House tonight. Is looking for
Revolt never talked to me about
today. That's not how
you did. And I said,
I just did a little segment about you. It's all fun and games. I just wanted to call and
that's Math on the
say where we going to eat at, nigga. we catch steak. We out. We at Dumbo House tonight.
I'm sorry to inform you. I saw the same headlines that you did. And I said, oh, shit, say word. I went to check my bank account, and it wasn't there.
Today. That's not how checks of that size work.
So Joe Budden was like, yeah, it ain't there today or whenever you checked it, but that size of a clearance, you know, that ain't how it works. So math is like trying to downplay it.
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I don't know.
It's looking for it.
Revolt never talked to me about no 2.7. That there's no, like, where's it coming from?
Yo, you so cute. You my man, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But this is like when.
Okay, so Joe Budden was like, yo, you so cute, you my man, so I'm gonna leave it alone. So Joe Budden is really taking like the big homie role, like the OG role on Math Hoffa. Like he really like playing them out. Math doesn't see it. Okay, like he's talking to Math like he's a small fry that's trying to lie, and he's not gonna let Math get away with it. All right, so but Math is trying to act like the $2.73 million claim that he received is fake, fake news, and Joe's like, bro, stop. So Joe about to let him know how that works.
Revolt, the rumor was out there that Revolt gave me $5 million. You my man, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But this is like when Revolt, the rumor was out there that Revolt gave me $5 million, and they had never given me anywhere near $5 million. But that didn't mean they didn't give me something.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm not in. There's interest there.
So you heard, man. He said, no, I'm not. He couldn't even get it out. So he wanted to. I believe he was trying to say, I'm not trying to say they didn't give me anything. Oh, but he didn't even want to say that because he's trying to act like the money rumors are totally false. He didn't get anything. And Joe Budden is like, yo, dude, stop. Like, we know you got money, bro.
But for niggas to just blatantly.
They didn't give me something.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm not in. There's interest there. But for niggas to just blatantly be throwing 2.7 million.
But is the interest?
I'm still in the hood.
But the interest is in y'all as a collective.
Not just money, bro.
Is the interest in all of you or just you?
I'll be honest with you. Every meeting that I sat down in, the team was never brought up. I had to fight for the team. And you talk to anybody I sat down with, I was always fighting for the team. But sometimes money or the suspicion of money changes people around you before it even has a chance to change you. And what we've seen is a classic example of niggas pocket watching imaginary pockets. These niggas been left the show and started their own show and interviewing guests and shit like that, which is a violation of our contract.
So he's talking about Esso, Heineken, and Bag Fuel. But
I was reaching out to niggas for a month and a half, bro. Right. Nobody spoke to me until they
this I don't believe that. I don't believe like Math is the bag, right? And those are his, I guess, employees or co-owners, whatever they are, or whatever they're supposed to be. They're not going to ignore. I don't believe they're going to ignore Math's phone call or his text if it's about money. You dig? If he's texting them and they're ignoring it, that means it's everything but the money. And you see, he's trying to act like he didn't get the money. So I can guess that he was texting them trying to talk about how he didn't get the money, the same way he tried to pull on Joe Budden, but it didn't work. So that's why you're not responding to your text, because you're lying, saying you didn't get any money from Revolt.
Expected that there might be a deal on the table. And then a nigga tried to extort me, saying you'll get your equipment and your footage back if you give me this.
Chudakai, what's it called?
Kudatai.
Kumite.
And now I wake up this morning after like it's been a couple weeks that I kind of been out of it and people around me are noticing, because I'm like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? I looked out for niggas. When niggas was walking in the fucking shop and these sneakers was leaning and they man was
that's not nice. That's not nice.
Nobody's walking in that damn shop that Matt hired, sneakers leaning. Dude, who you hired? The damn New York panhandler bum? Like, dude, stop.
Don't do that. That's not nice.
I'm just showing you where I'm at with it, bro.
There's no grown man in New York. You dig? that's working where sneakers is leaning. Like, stop it.
I can't see niggas around me not eating.
Then give them some of the money then.
But if anybody felt
They
any
give 'em
way,
some of
they
the
could
money.
have just picked up the phone and talked to me.
So yeah, sure. They're ignoring you with all the money. Sure they are. So Joe Budden said, well, give them some of the money then. You're trying to look out. You want these guys to eat.
Some of the money then.
But if anybody felt any way,
Then give them some of the money then.
But if any around me not eating.
Dang.
At with it, bro. I can't see niggas around me not eating.
Then give them some of the money then.
But if anybody felt any way, they could have just picked up the phone and talked to me. I could show you text messages where niggas is ignoring me for a month and a half, bro.
Sure.
Mav, give them niggas some of the money, yo. They right there in New York. Go ahead and break them niggas off for their hard work, and y'all go be a family again.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
Fool me twice, I'm not going to allow anybody to put me in this position twice when I don't feel like I instigated any of it.
All right, so there's some humor on the thumbnail. So if y'all know Math Hoffa, he's allegedly being evicted from the barbershop. And if you watch Final Notice with off Neil Penn, you'll know all about evictions. That's why I got the little logo right there. It's a little humor. I hope y'all appreciated that if y'all into that. Anyway, let's go to the next clip. Now, these are the guys who are allegedly left out of the $3 million, right? So one is on the left, one is on the screen right now. I think his name is Heineken, I'm not sure, but I think that's his name. But the other guy that comes in right away, he's definitely Esso. He was part of the Math Hoffa original My Expert Opinion podcast, all right? So again, fair use, fair use.
I'm gonna just hold on. I'm gonna just say it for what other people don't want to say. He signed a contract for money and he don't want to pay us. But go ahead. How about this?
Okay, so that was just Esso confirming the rumors that Joe Budden heard. So again, this is a 2-year-old clip. The Joe Budden clip was 2 years old. So I'm just bringing you back. I'm giving you guys the history of these issues that people have with Math Hoffa and money and loyalty. Math Hoffa was part of LOM with Holla the Don, loyalty over money. I don't think he ever believed that, according to the allegations, the rumors. He did, and guess what? He got kicked out of that group. So it looks like from what people are saying, it looks like he doesn't have loyalty over money. Okay, so that was just a quick snippet right there. Of Esso saying, hey, he got paid, he didn't pay us.
People don't. What's up? He canceled the dinner when we was on the phone on us.
That's so. All right. So now let's go into the shop itself, right? Let's go into current day. What is going on with the shop? Let Math Hoffa himself explain. Fair use. Fair use. I will try to comment in between. You know, I'm doing this for the purpose of criticism, commentary, news reporting. I'm teaching a valuable lesson. I'm adding scholarship here, trying to show you guys how to do this, son, and for research purposes. All right. Yeah, take that. There you go. Now, just based on observations, the shades and the facial expressions he's making, it comes off to me that he was crying. Okay, his eyes is red from crying.
A lot of things that I had to learn in this process, just learning, and this is another thing that I had to learn. Unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Let's just get to the video. Alright, we back. This is MEO.
Yes, if you had that in your mind, that question in your mind, let me answer. Yes, he's doing a reaction off his own video, right? And he's in the flash. He's in the car with a flashlight. You'll see why. He's going to tell you and show you why he's in the car with a flashlight.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
I was inspired to do this. Shout out to Adam. I seen Adam talking about his financial situation over there and what's going on. I do feel like there is like a war or some sort of war on podcasts right now. Cause I know you guys probably been wondering, you guys are not dropping like you were before, and MEO's been going through its ups and downs, and I was real hesitant on whether to share certain things with you guys, but fuck it. Let's all just keep it real, right? Okay, so here it is. Here it is. Let's rewind like maybe 2-3 years ago. I acquired the shop, but the way that I acquired it wasn't, me buying it or anything like that.
Like he just admitted, he's in the shop. There's no lights. It's dark as hell in there. That's why he has that big old utility flashlight.
I met the landlord, and unfortunately, some people are not.
Really?
They're not, what's the word? They're racist.
Oh, okay.
They're
Oh
racist.
my God. So he said, I met the landlord and he's racist. So just to answer that question that might come in your mind if you're brilliant, why is he meeting the landlord for the first time? That's what he's talking about. Okay. So apparently he subleased this Hoffa shop, but he didn't sublease it on paper. He subleased it from, I guess, a woman he knows by word of mouth, right? Like a verbal agreement. He didn't, according to his own words, it was just a handshake sublease agreement. So he met the landlord, and he's struggling to say the landlord is a racist. And my opinion, it's okay. My earlier and my past opinion was, because a lot of new blacks that come in this country who can't trace their lineage to slavery, like they don't have this long past with white racism, with white supremacists or systemic racism. So they have a hard time acknowledging it, and they even have a harder time calling it out for what it is. So he believes the landlord is being racist, but he's not. When you don't have that legacy of slavery in your blood, you don't really know what's white racism and what's not. What's when the white man just being fair. Now, according to Hoffa, the landlord isn't even white. I guess he's like Indian, something like that. But you'll see, he's not being racist. He's calling it what it is. And again, if you don't have that legacy of slavery, it's kind of hard to determine what is actually racism and what isn't.
They're not, what's the word? They're racist.
Oh, okay.
They're racist. Some people are racist.
I was trying to figure out how to say it without, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe some people are not enlightened to, you know what I mean? But this dude, like, nah, he's fucking racist. He's fucking racist. This motherfucker asked me if I wholesale cocaine. Like what?
That's a real question. That's not being a racist, bro. You have a barbershop and you're not cutting hair. Okay, people look at that as front businesses to sell drugs. If I have a bodega, and this happens all the time on the East Coast, people will have a bodega, have a CD shop, and that's the front runner. Like they'll sell bootleg CDs and make pennies over, over a period of time. But the whole time they're selling drugs or doing prostitution. Something else bigger is going on. We see the same thing with Big Meech and his operation. What was it called? BMF. So they were trying to use production, rap productions for the front runner to sell drugs. So they was doing that. Say, hey, this money comes from the rapping of Blue Da Vinci, and the FBI like, yeah, sure. This guy went in wood like 10 times. Like, sure, you got all these millions of dollars over this failed artist. So that's what people try to do. People try to bring forward a business, and it's a failing business that don't really show any real growth or capital, but in between you're selling drugs. So the owner is asking a legitimate question. Dude, you are running a barbershop and there are no barbers in here. How are you getting the money to pay rent and keep it going? And you got in the traffic, you guys come here, you roll up L's, blunt wraps all over the ground, and who knows? Maybe he's seen a skill in there. I don't know. Maybe he's seen something more hardcore that had him ask the question. But it's a simple question, my boy. You are paying for a barbershop, but you're not running a barbershop. So he wants to simply know, hey man, what's going on here, bro? Are you selling drugs? Like, just let me know so I can work you out a deal where you can leave peacefully, or I ain't got to call the cops. All that type of stuff. He's not racist. That's a real question. And then you are an ex-felon, right? He admits that he used to sell drugs. So that's a legitimate question. Now, for somebody like me, that would be side eye, like, oh, why would you think? Again, it's not racist yet. You need to know, why are you asking me, do I sell drugs? You dig? Because if I rent out a barbershop, trust me, there'll be barbers in there. So I wouldn't even be asked that question. But let's say if I did something else in there, I would say, hey, let me just tell you what's going on. Yeah, there's no barbers in here, but I'm doing this in here. And this is how we make money. This is how we're using this space for this. That's all. A simple math could just simply say, hey, we don't cut hair here. We're using like the setup as a barbershop, because a lot of conversations in FBA history, our lineage, we have our most important conversations in the barbershop. So I'm giving that barbershop feeling because we're appealing to a Black audience. It's a simple way you could just easily explain that. But he's not a racist because he wants to know, hey, what's going on? Hey, who are you? Basically, he was asking. I don't see any barbers, so hey, who are you? What are you doing here?
To my face, like, I'm gonna have to see your business records and all that to make sure that you don't wholesale cocaine. I laughed, but I wanted to slap the dog shit out that nigga. I wanted to slap the dog shit out that nigga. First of all, I don't do that no more. I changed my life. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? But for you, like, to just to feel that comfortable that you could say some shit like, come on, son. Come on, son. That shit was whack. That shit was whack.
Mm-hmm. And when I
that was actually real.
Met the landlord, he asked me if I was wholesaling cocaine.
Forgot I said that.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was dead serious.
He was dead serious, and despite him seeing people like Robert F. Kennedy and all these people pull up, there's always been some sort of pushback. There's always been like.
Hey, yo, why did he name? You see what he did? All the Black guests he had on the show, he names the white guy to show how he's legitimate, how he doesn't sell drugs. Man, I got Robert, all the Black guys who don't sell drugs, who are respectable businessmen, right? He names the white guy. So this dude is a clown. The white guy, hey, Robert Kennedy. You see, I'm not a drug dealer. Look, I got the white man here. See, all the Black guys, I understand. You think I'm a drug dealer with all these Black men and Hispanic men, but look, I got a white guy.
like an issue, or you know, even up to recently when we've been going through all this stuff, I called him and he pretty much brushed me off. So he's never been interested in actually doing business with me. But because we started here, I felt like it was important to have this shop. So I entered into a situation where I subleased from the person who had it before, right? Now,
Okay, so wait a minute. Is he? Wait a minute. Did he just explain that he tried to go into business directly with the landlord? The landlord wasn't interested, so he decided to sublease from the person who rented it before. Yeah, listen, bro. Listen, bro. If you were FBA, if that landlord was truly racist, bro, we don't want another way to be in that shop. We are going to move on. We don't want to voluntarily deal with the racists. That's wild. So he's claiming the landlord is racist and won't let him rent the shop. So he went around and indirectly subleased the shop, you know, without paperwork, the verbal agreement. Why would you want to be in that shop if the landlord wants nothing to do with you and he's allegedly racist? Why would you want to be around a racist? Bro, that was doomed to fail. If he didn't want to work with you and you found a loophole to get in there, you know he's gonna want you out eventually.
with this person, you know, and then don't say no names.
I'm not. I said be careful with what you say.
With this person, you know, what started off and seemed like a good situation, after time, it just became, you know, not good.
That logo has ugly too.
You know, when you think somebody's like looking out and doing you a favor, that's what it felt like in the beginning.
Oh, they definitely
So
were.
after a while, I realized, like, oh, hold on. Certain shit just, like, even the impression that the landlord had about me.
Yeah.
Where that came from.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Dude. Hold on. Now he's implying that the woman who he verbally subleased from gave the landlord the impression he was a drug dealer. So, bro, if that's true, then the landlord cannot be a racist. If she told him you were an ex-drug dealer or you might still sell drugs, and he asked you that to your face, that's not racism. He's going off a lead. So you got to make your mind up. Both stories can work. Okay? So if she gave him that, that's called a lead, and he's acting on the lead. He's going to ask you man to man to your face, hey, bro, be straight with me. Do you sell drugs? That's not racism. So just more tether babble.
Where did that come from? And then later on, I'm learning, like, you were supposed to hold the lease for a certain amount of time, so you couldn't really shift all that. You was going to owe money. And this guy, you know, slumlord, he was definitely going to penalize it. Ain't no way he was going to be like, you know what, you can have the money or whatever. Nah, that nigga was going to penalize it. So it was probably in her best.
All right, so that was a bunch of tether babble. I have no idea. I would love for this dude to come over here so we can figure this out, because I guarantee you, he's just going to show how dumb he was with how subleasing works. I guarantee you, bro. I subleased before. I know how it works. I guarantee you, he's just exposing how dumb he is to just contracts and paperwork all together.
Interest for me to do it through her.
Yeah.
So now I'm paying her with the good faith of thinking she's paying him. And she's taking care of all the shit.
Or what stuff?
Well, y'all see. Hold on.
Or what stuff? There
And
you go. But listen, that is the problem with subleasing somebody who's already renting. You don't know, and even like a home, this what happens. But that's just the nature. Okay, when you sublease, you're not okay. When you're subleasing, you don't know if the owner is in the arrears with taxes, mortgage payments. You don't know. You are in the blind. But you could be a renter, a direct renter, and you still can get burned that way. That's just the risk of not owning, to be honest. That's the risk of not having ownership of real estate. All right. Because you got to trust that when you pay them, they are paying their bills where you can still operate, you know, the building or whatever space you agree to. That's just a risk that all renters face. But subleasers and actual direct renters, that's the risk. That don't happen often. Like it's not normal for a landlord to go behind the rears and just charge you rent. But even then, you still got to pay rent. It don't matter because you're still living there. So even if they were not handling their business, right, that's none of your business because you're still occupying a space that's not yours, okay? And they have the right to charge you, all right? Now, if they charge you after, if they charge you after they already lost it, yeah, that might be an issue, all right?
and I would get these bills for things that didn't make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the kicker. So I got a bill one time for electric,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
I looked at it. I was like, this is impossible.
So he's not really being honest. He's not being honest. And this is why the story just doesn't make sense. He said he got the bill. Brother, when you talk like that, that means the bills come in your name. Now, if you said I was shown a bill, that means the bills don't come in your name. It come in the name of that sister that you worked out an agreement with, and she got to show you what you got to pay, right? So if you're, I don't know why. Again, this is all confusing. You would think if you're subleasing, the gas and electric is in your name. The gas and electric is in your name. You would think that. You would think the gas and electric is in your name. The only thing is not in your name is the renter, right? That's all. Like you're not on the lease. Oh my God, dude. If the bills come in your name, bro, what you're gonna say next just won't make any sense at all. Let's go.
Bruh, the fucking electric bill was like $7,000. And
We shot like 10 episodes last month. So we only been in the shop 2 times this month, right? I'm gonna come back to that. The landlord always had an issue with us not being here.
During the day, like
Not being like,
barbershop.
not running the shop or
business
whatever,
hours.
not making.
Yo, so this nigga used to be mad like, why y'all not in the shop? Every time I come here, the shop is closed. Mostly we would shoot at night until we started shooting like during the day or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the shop would be shut down if we not shooting like, if we knocked out 4 episodes in 1 week, right? That's 2 weeks worth of work. So we might not have to shoot until maybe the end of next week. But if we knocked out like 8 episodes in 1 week, we out for the month. We be going for the month, and this nigga would be complaining that the shop is not open. I'm like, why are you complaining? And then trying to play I think they're doing something illegal. What you mean we doing something illegal? Good, yo, why is the barbershop why is it never open? Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to why. Now I found out why this nigga kept saying that. Chat, what you think? What y'all think it was? Nah, bro, we stopped with the barber shit. We stopped with the barber shit. For one, there was a couple occasions where, you know, a guest would move the time, and you know, I didn't like telling the barbers that they couldn't, you know, you had an appointment, you got to cancel that and da da da. I didn't like doing that.
None of this makes sense.
I didn't like doing that. But the thing that really fucked me up is the barbers would have their friends in the shop, and their friends would be sitting in the barber chairs, fucking them up. I don't know.
To me, none of this makes sense because he just said his podcast is normally done at nighttime. And we can even see when you watch his interviews, right? His podcast, you can see it's dark outside. So, brother, if it's dark outside, that means the barbershop is closed. And you're even saying that the barbers will have that man sit in the chair. So that means that there's no conflict there. When you bring your business there, it's after the hours of the barbershop, obviously. So there's no clash there. So if you got a problem with them, you know, the chairs falling apart, bro, just have them pay for the chairs, man. It's no big thing. Like just charge them more when you. That's all. Like this happens in barbershop. This guy is just clueless, man, to reality. But he's supposed to be an alpha male that knows it all. But he's clueless on how life works, bro. Yes, when you rent out a barbershop to barbers, they're going to use the chairs. Wear and tear is going to happen. And they're going to have the boys sit in the chair. But not only that, all the butts, Paul, that sit in the chair, they're doing weird stuff. When you have like a 10-year-old in a chair, he's doing some weird stuff in the chair. You dig? So you really can't blame it. You have no proof that the chairs fell apart because of his friends. I mean, he had zero proof, man. Just put cameras in a goddamn barbershop, bro. But I guarantee you, he has no proof that it was their friends. It was more likely, or it could just easily been the customers just wear and tear, bro. Just wearing kids in there going to do the goofy stuff, man. So, but this doesn't make any sense still because he's telling barbers they got to reschedule. Dude, why would you? I don't even get that. Why would you do casting? Why would you do castings during the operations of business? Why would you even have to tell somebody they got to reschedule? Dude, how about you just do your thing when they're gone, when they go home for the day? That just, everything about this guy, nothing makes sense. Like I said, peace Claude, peace sounds. Nothing this clown is saying is making sense to me. It's all over the place. And like, for me, I believe I'm not the brightest star in the sky. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm not the dullest either. You dig?
Know what these niggas was doing with these chairs. I don't know what they was doing with the chairs. We walked in one day to shoot an episode. Mac sat in his chair and the shit just fell over. Nigga almost broke his neck. And nobody ain't say nothing. Nobody ain't say, yo, one of the chairs broke, this, that, and the third. Get the barbers out of here, because I don't know what they doing. Not keeping it as a barbershop or whatever, and that was even a threat to the lease. Like, yo, this is supposed to be a barbershop. So the chick that I was subleasing from would start sending me shit like, yo, this nigga's gonna he's gonna try to evict us, or he's gonna take me to court off of this. And highlighted in the lease, it says the purpose of the shop was a barber shop. She's sending me this little clip of it saying that the intention of this shop is supposed to be a barber shop, but with commercial businesses, just like a mixed use, it's still a barber shop. It's just we're shooting the podcast in the barber shop. But
try winning that in court, my boy. I dare you. I dare you. Try to win that in court. When the owner of the building shows that to the judge, like, hey, when we say, because that judge don't know black culture, you dig? That judge look at the fine print. Barbershop to him means cutting hair. So go ahead and try to win that in court, that you can cast, podcasts in there, cast, guest interviewing Robert JFK Jr., whatever his name is, try positioning that as your rebuttal in court when he shows you that barbershop business should be happening here. Good luck with that.
But you can't tell a nigga, yo, because y'all don't got this shit open and barbers is cutting people's hair, that this ain't a barbershop. It's still a barbershop. You walk into the motherfucker, you look around, it looks like a fucking barbershop, don't it?
Fight from that
I'm
angle.
gonna come full circle with all this
You'll
shit,
be
right?
knocked out like
So this electric bill, which continue to grow and get sky high,
Peep this, y'all.
and I refused to pay it because it didn't make no sense. Something was wrong. But I'm stuck in between the war that's going on between these two people, right? So the person I lease from decides, fuck it, I'm gonna cut the shit.
But she don't tell me nothing. That's the ill part. She don't tell me nothing. Nothing.
Come to find out, the day that she cut the power here,
What y'all think happened? What y'all think happened?
What I think happened is that you're lying. You just said that when you got the light bill, so we're assuming you got the light bill, that means it's in your name. If the light bill is in your name, how can somebody else cut it off besides yourself? So it looks like the light bill was in her name. It looks like all the bills were in her name, and he was just paying her, a verbal agreement. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm not saying there's something wrong with that, but he's not being full transparent. Just say to us, the listeners, that all the bills were in her name, and the agreement was that you'll pay all the bills. And you got this large light bill that you felt like, hey, what is this about? Okay, but you're not being honest. So now it's my job to be honest for you. And it looks like all the bills were in her name. You're not tied to this building at all. And all you got is a verbal agreement that you probably don't even have in a text. So you can't even fight this in court with the landlord or the woman you trust. And look, the good thing is this. The good thing for Math Hoffa is this, my boy. Now, if I was in his corner, because people like Math Hoffa are narcissists and they only have like yes men and yes women in their corner. But if Math Hoffa had me in his corner, I'd be like, yo, dude, you're not on any paperwork. Just walk away. You don't got to pay $7,000. She does. You're not on paperwork. There's no text message, nothing she can show for sure that you agreed to any of this stuff. So, bro, you could easily just walk away, get your stuff, and reposition in different location, different barbershop. Like Sheffrin said, Sheffrin said, hey, man, you can come to my shop. And Sheffrin is a master barber. I'm not glazing. The dude got skills. He got it. Like, no hesitation. If I lived around that dude, no hesitation. I'm letting Chef cut my hair. No hesitation. Dude's a master barber. His barbershop is beautiful. DJ Focus is a master barber. His barbershop is beautiful. So you got Chef, I'm sure DJ Focus, but definitely Chef. Chef said it. Hey, he come to my shop and cast his podcast. Chef's shop is beautiful. And the dude is a master barber. I'll never take that back. That dude's a master barber. Okay? So you got people who are willing to let you relocate. I believe business-wise he's foolish, but I think he's an honorable guy. I think when it comes to paying his bills, I don't think Math Hoffa has a problem paying bills. I think he'll own up to his obligations. I think he was just taken advantage of. Okay? I think it's starting out piece. I think Math Hoffa was taken advantage of. But you got people like Chef. I'm sure you could work out a deal with DJ Focus. And I'm sure there's other folks out there that'll say, hey, man, Chef already gave you the invite. At least on my podcast, he gave the invite. So, Chef, I think you should reach out in his comments, bro. You should reach out in his comments Like, yo, you ain't gotta worry about light bills. I mean, well, you gotta pay your portion, but you gotta pay your portion. And I'm sure Chef will be very transparent with Matt Hoffa. He'll show him, okay, this is the normal light bill here. When it goes to this dollar amount, that's you, my boy. Okay, but I think Matt Hoffa should relocate to Maryland and take Chef's offer, you dig, and go to a beautiful podcast, a beautiful atmosphere, friendly atmosphere, and do it there. I think that'd be a good look for both of y'all.
It also cut the power in different areas in the building.
Thanks.
So now the super is like, yo, what's up with the electricity? The power here. It also cut the power in 2 years, like 2 years.
Yes, Ron,
without a problem. It's just you keep coming up with these extra numbers, and I'm like, is she scamming me? Like, what's going on? Come to find out, the day that she cut the power here, it also cut the power in different areas in the building.
Now look at this dude hand wave. Look at this clown at the bottom hand wave. Yo, listen, dudes like Matt Hoffa, they are afraid to be around people like myself. Cause I'm not gonna let you lie to yourself. Hey, but Chad, here's my logic, Chad. Chad, you might be 100% right. But here's my logic. His podcast is online based. So I'm saying like the location doesn't matter. It can be like who expects Matt Hoffa to go to Maryland? Nobody. So he could easily just, wear a hoodie. Come on, man. It's easy to like just go there at nighttime. That's when he casts his shows to Chef's spot at nighttime. Nobody knows he's there. People think it's Chef. Chef provided a peaceful environment. So nobody's going to think anything of it. If Matt Hoffa doesn't, trust me, man, it's going to go well. Yeah. So when you have an online thing going, it's easy to relocate because location doesn't mean anything. You have an online following. Now, if his followers lived in New York only, exclusively, yeah, you have a problem relocating. But dude, when you have an online following, he could move to damn Japan, bro, and be good. As long as he operate in US, time zones. But anyway, peace to top 505, top level, Chad Smith, everybody, man. I just feel like Math is being taken advantage of, and it's his own fault. I believe he is a stand-up guy to a certain degree. I think his only flaws, which is major, is his delusion and his fake alpha male persona. But he need people like me around him to let him know, like, nah, dude, like, nah, no. Because I'm telling y'all, if y'all met me in real life, I'm the same way. I don't care if you're Mad Hop, I don't care if you Drake. Then I'm going to tell you, like, yo, chill out. Don't speak with that dude's wife. Yo, chill out, Drake. You wildin'. You dig? Ain't a good look, boy. You're making it hot on yourself. And you set up a scenario where a Kendrick Lamar can body you, my boy.
Power in different areas in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now he's claiming that the light structure was rigged. I mean, is maybe that's true. But bro, if you're not on the light bill, see, this is what I'm trying to say. If I was in AA, yeah, you're right, Chasman. I thought about the camera crew. Yeah, and of course, like locals would see but bro, listen, man, New York is just as dangerous as anywhere else, bro. New York, bro, I challenge you to just go ahead and look up New York, how that thing operates, bro. That is as dangerous as Chicago. This is dangerous as anywhere in the United States. New York is dangerous. So if you can set up shop in New York, you can set up shop in Chicago, Maryland, California, anywhere else, bro. Okay, New York is very dangerous, and he's hated. Like look at Troy Ave and Tax Stone. Like look at the Troy Ave and Tax Stone beat. in New York. You dig? So New York is very, and yeah, you see those police officers in New York. The police officers in New York, they make news as much as LA police officers in Maryland don't come close. Okay, so the city itself is corrupt. Landlords, police officers, citizens, judges, politicians. It's no good, bro. The whole city is trash. So yeah, so if you could make it in New York, so they always say if you could make it in LA, if you could make it in New York, you can make it anywhere in the United States. It's a piece of cake, bro. So believe me, if he can make it in New York, he can make it in Maryland easier. But this scenario of the bro, I would tell Matt Hopper, bro, you're not on paperwork. That $7,000 finesse that she tried, that you're claiming she did, let's go with Matt Hopper's word. That $7,000 finesse that she's trying to hold you to, bro, you could just walk away. You're not on paperwork. She got to pay that. Collections are going to call her. They're not calling you, my boy. So let's go to Chef Shop, man. Relocate and do our thing, bro. Period.
Thanks.
So now the super is like, yo, what's up with the electricity? What's going on? Da, 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 da. And that's not even supposed to be like there's rooms, there's a basement, there's people with no power. Somehow that bill or the power source was rigged to other places in this building. So yeah, we're out of power. We can't shoot in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the steps to bruh. The electricity from the shop run into the basement, run into other apartments, run into different spots in the building. So this is why this nigga was always beefing about niggas not being in the shop.
This conclusion, I believe, is faulty. That's a dumbass conclusion.
Because if we not there and that bill come,
How you gonna explain that?
just like I knew, where the fuck this shit come from? We ain't been in here. And they're telling us, yo.
Hey, yo, but Chad Smith, to be fair, I didn't say what part of Maryland. You know what I mean? Because you got, in every state, you got a white area, which is safe. So Maryland itself isn't bad. There's the locations, right? That's like red district. Those locations are bad. But again, I believe if New York, the entire New York City is bad, right? There's no good location. So if you could make it in New York, yeah, I believe you. And California's tricky because they got politics there, gang politics. So California's tricky. But you know, I'm just saying, man.
Yo, you gotta pay for that. Take legal action against the situation, but it's tough. I can't turn the power back on because I need a lease, and if the lease is through this person, I'm subleasing. They're not.
You heard him? He said, if I can't turn the power back on, then I need a lease. My boy, if you're not on a goddamn lease, that don't mean nothing. Your question is this, Matt Hopper. Listen, even though I'm roasting you, my boy, because you're a tether, but I'm also giving you game. Bro, if your name is not tied to that light bill, bro, you don't gotta pay SHIT. You can just leave. She gotta pay that, my boy. So if you think she did you dirty, bro, just walk away. Clean your hands and walk away. You're not obligated to pay anything. Rent, light bill, nothing. Gas, bro. Just get your equipment. You're in the shop. Clean the shop out. Get all your stuff out, man. With a U-Haul. Lie to her. Tell her, I got you. $7,000, I got you. And go get a U-Haul and clean that thing out late night. Bro, it's just that simple. You're going out and you don't need to. You're crashing out and you don't need to, bro. Clean out this shop and just go to Chevron.
In communication, it's like we've been stuck. We've been stuck, and it's tough for me because I got so many memories in this place. But you know, if I gotta let it go, I gotta let it go. But I know this is wrong. What was done is wrong, and I want to fight. So if any of y'all knows the laws of New York City and you know how I can fight this the right way, get in contact with me. And if there's any barbershops out there that's like, yo, if you want to use our space, holla at us or whatever. Maybe we go on a barbershop tour. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe we go on a barbershop tour. Because we damn sure can't sit up in the shop and tell ghost stories with flashlights underneath our chins. Like, yeah, so, how was it working with Jay-Z? And do you have any memories of Tupac?
All right, so there you have it. All right, so let's move on there, right? And you heard his story. So now let's go get a second person story about Math Hoffa. This is an ex-employee, right? This is a bigger picture. So now look at bigger pictures account on Math Hoffa. Look, so he said, death of Math Hoffa, my expert opinion, after he dissed FBA. And now, well, this is somebody else's video titled the same bigger picture, but bigger picture is he's definitely from the island. But far as I'm concerned, right now, bigger picture, he's a writer. Like, he has never said anything disrespectful to FBA, right? Never. Okay, so he's from the island, but you keep in mind, bro, we only got beef with islanders who disrespect us. You know, they're our family, right? And where we can have a cordial, respectful relationship, all love, as long as they, you know, don't turn against us. And bigger picture today has not. So now he's going to call out Math Hoffa bullshit.
Bigger, you big for nothing. I'm big for nothing after 3.5 fucking years, a nigga ain't touch you. I'm big for nothing, but a nigga never came and blew no shots in front of the fucking store when I was there.
Hey.
Oh yeah. So Chad, you talking about traveling? All right. Well, you got me. You got me, bro. You got me. I mean, hey, Chad, you got me, bro. But I'm just gonna say, man, then maybe he should get an apartment in Maryland. So yes, okay. So you're right. I didn't consider that, but yeah, maybe he needs to get like a little apartment in Maryland, and you know what I mean, holla at Chef.
Do I need to rewind that?
You think the
The landlord got you out of there because niggas is coming in front of your store busting shots. Fuck Math Hoffa. Bow, bow, bow. Y'all want to know the truth?
That's the truth.
There go the truth.
He ain't racist.
Ain't no landlord racist. Ain't nobody keeping you there. You got niggas coming to the shop. Blow, blow, blow in front of the shop.
So let me tell you about Bigger. Bigger is he has his own business, and he does security, right? He owns a security company, armed licensed security guards. So when he was at Math Hoffa show, the value he added, he brought armed security guards to MEO, to my expert opinion. So outside the shop and inside the shop were armed licensed security guards via Bigger Picture, the brother you're looking at from the island. Okay, so he kept Math shop safe. So what he's saying is, after Math fired him and everybody else, the core original cast, right? He's saying that people was busting shots at the shop, and that's some of the main reasons the landlord said you gotta go. So he's telling you the real, like, yo, Math is lying. He's not being transparent as to why, all of the reasons why he had to go.
Nigga, you got guests and your co-host running in the back on the floor, getting on the deck,
running for shit.
Now I rock with Bigger Picture because he invited Umar to his podcast and he cooked Umar and he was ready to put his he was ready to knock Umar out. Umar Johnson gets disrespectful when you challenge him. So Umar got disrespectful Bigger Picture, and Bigger Picture like let Umar know, bro, I'll knock you the hell out, bro. And Umar relaxed after that. He calmed down and relaxed. He talks tough a lot without no public fights. But Bigger Picture let Umar know, bro, listen, man, it can go left now in my house because Bigger Picture invited Umar to his house. And he let Umar know, like, bro, it can go down right now in my living room. You dig? If you keep running your mouth like the way you are. And Umar calmed down and he changed his persona immediately. He went from Papa to something else. Popcorn.
In life, while the gunman is at the door.
Oh my God. Nigga.
Where y'all at, niggas? Bitch ass niggas, where y'all at? What the fuck that happened when I was there?
I was not there. I don't know nothing.
I didn't ask that. You did that happen when I was there.
No, that never happened.
Did you ever even feel anything like that could happen when I was
It
there?
would be impossible. It would be impossible.
The death of my expert opinion. Do we need to go further? That's what happened.
God.
You didn't know about business, but your man sitting next to your best friend, the dude who loved you, is a straight motherfucking business tycoon.
Which is, he's speaking about himself, and I'm going to add Esso there. So Math Hoffa is sublease bullshit dilemma he's into. Bigger Picture and Esso, either one of them could have got Math Hoffa streets. But he wanted to pretend that he knows everything. He doesn't need help. You dig? He don't want somebody to say, hey man, Math Hoffa wouldn't be who he is right now without me. Math Hoffa, my name is Unbiased Ron. I'm also FBA Defensive Unit, and I'm Don Ron, FBA DOS. Bro, I have no problem leaning on Chad Smith. I have no problem leaning on Donnie, leaning on F504. You dig? Top level. I have no problem leaning on Jaquan 007. I have no problem leaning on Start Now, Act Positive TV. Start Now, Act Positive TV. I have no problem leaning on Claude, X and Damn, or Sounds Band 2. I have no problem leaning on them to be successful. I have no problem giving them credit for my success. Okay? Partial credit or whatever credit they deserve for my success. That's the difference between me and Math Hoffa. I have no problem saying, hey man, I'm successful because these guys helped me. Math Hoffa has that problem, not me. I have no problem giving credit to where it's due. So if my supporters help me become a big podcast one day in the future, I have no problem saying, yo, it wasn't me alone. I'm not the genius. I had 100% support to get where I see. I'm different. I got no problem saying, yo, that person, they all helped me. It wasn't me. I didn't get it from the mud. These folks helped me. Okay. Tether's like Math Hoffa, and you got Coons too. So it's not just a Tether thing. You got Coons too, would do the same shit. I had the same mentality as Math Hoffa. Okay? So, and that's an ego thing. So anyway, so now when Joe Budden got wind of this Math Hoffa issue, this is how he responded. So let me show you how Joe Budden responded from this Math Hoffa saga.
Call and tease niggas. Yo, you got kicked out the barbershop?
Yo, that's not even what I was trying
Like,
to do.
I'm gonna call and ask, because I ain't phony. Yo, your show is over. Let me know so I can cue the queen.
This nigga.
I ain't gonna talk about him. Actually, I'll be back. Hold on.
Yo.
See, I want to do it on air. I don't play.
See, a nigga can't even bring
I'm
something
about
up.
to go call this nigga. I don't know if that's true. Is it true? Flip. It's true?
No comments. None of my
That's what he.
business,
No, he said he spoke about it. He in the clip. He spoke
It
about.
better not be true. I'm a flame math.
Right.
It better not. I'm telling you, I'm a flame broil Burger
Nigga,
King
he got
burger man.
He got a good
If
reason.
it's true.
He got a good reason.
I wouldn't give a He better still be in that barbershop by Friday.
Yo,
Not in the
you
barber
can't
shop.
say that. If niggas is overcharging you for some bullshit, you can't.
He got 2 days to get back in the
Stop,
nigga.
bro.
When I slept walk, what? I'm playing with these niggas.
It took you to
When them niggas thought we was out here, what?
Nah, that shit was bad. Yeah.
Them niggas seen us in Park's basement? Man, he better be cool by Friday. I know that. Anyway, I know that's Flip Man. That's my man too, so you gotta get
Why
it.
you think that's Flip Man? Why you gotta throw me in it?
Nigga, math. Why you gonna do
I
that?
like Mav too, but he gotta get it. I don't what that means.
I didn't know Mav talked about you.
Wait, who he talked about?
You said that he talked about you when you slept more?
Oh no, I don't know. I'm just putting that on him. I don't know if he did.
Wait, what?
Yo, wait. Yo,
Wait, you just made that up?
hurt on the Oh, shit. That nigga said.
So Joe Budden was like, yo, man, the reasons I'm hearing why this guy is failing is not good. So Joe Budden like, yo, that dude better be in that shop by Friday. Now, he's right now today. Nah, don't worry about it. But just know when Joe Budden said this, it was Wednesday. And he was saying, yo, he better be there by Friday. If not, I'm going to flame him.
Joe said he know he did something before, so he just using it now.
Yeah, Matt be having too much to say sometimes, so he better still be in that barbershop.
He's not in the barbershop, Joe.
He better. He got till Friday to be in
The
there.
lights are off in the barbershop, Joe. You can't do a show and there's no electricity. And he has a good reason to why he's not going back there. I just wanted to know if y'all watched it, if y'all saw it.
I saw.
He went in there and the lights was out.
All right, man, never mind. I'm gonna send you the
Joe was.
See, Joe on bullshit. See?
Yo. All right. I better not see a video of him going in there with the lights out. Swear to God.
I'm not sending you.
No,
shit,
I'm
man.
going to call Matt because I'm about to have too much fun.
Yeah, call him because if you do,
I'll be back.
There's too much laughing to not call a nigga.
No, I want to laugh in niggas' face. I ain't gonna do that behind nigga back. I'll be back.
All right, Brett.
I respect that. He said, I want to laugh at the
Joe
face.
is nuts.
Yo, don't all right
respect
bet
that.
me when I'm about to call your man. Don't all right bet me. That's like champ.
Yeah, you know
I
what's
know this your space, but it's certain things. Don't all right
Yo, let me
bet.
ask you a question.
Don't do that to me.
You know what
Yo,
you're
you really tight at me, nigga.
Yeah,
What is wrong with you?
because my family's what's wrong with me, nigga.
Ah, get the here, nigga.
You know what you're doing, Joe? You know what I like about you? What I like right now? You know I feel the way, so you try to feel the temperature of how hot the way I feel is.
Nah, you not fucking with me. I can tell.
And you think it's funny. You just laughing at your.
I think it's funny that you don't tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I told the truth.
No, that's not true. If you tell the truth, then I'm down to do this with you. But you don't tell the truth. You a liar.
No.
Tell the truth.
I'm not a liar. Number one. Number two. I said number two. You are incorrect in the situation. Period.
No, I'm not. Tell these people the truth.
No, nigga.
Tell them why you mad at me.
Flip,
Because
don't
you
do
are
it.
mad at me.
Flip, don't do it.
He not me at all. Tell him.
Flip, don't do it.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. He
Tell
can't
him,
do it.
nigga, you tough. I tell him. Stand in being mad.
I
See,
am
that's
gonna-
why. That's
I
how I
am gonna
know
stand
that
in it.
you know it's foul why you mad. You're not supposed to be mad at me.
Yeah,
But you are. You a foul nigga.
Who said it's not foul? It is, but I still have a reason to be mad because I came to my man with something that I thought would be feasible for everybody. My
And
man,
Amani is here. Everything is here for me to paint the picture I need to paint.
Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it, Flip. That's why I said leave it alone, Flip.
nah, nigga, nigga,
Nah, I'm telling you, man.
I love that.
I love you. I love y'all niggas, man.
Nah, Stan, who said that? Yo, Cam, stay out of this business, nigga. Yeah.
Nah,
This nigga
Flip,
he my-
Flip. I love
What?
you niggas, man. I don't want to. he gonna win that one. That's why I don't think you should lean.
I
on
don't
him.
care.
Flip
if
know
you
what
win,
time it
nigga.
is. That's why you're not gonna bring it up.
I don't care if you win. It's not about winning, nigga. With me, it's about nigga
Love.
Yeah, nigga. I don't win. You
All right,
can
I'm
win
gonna leave the stage. I'm gonna leave the stage
You
for
could-
2 seconds because I
You
know.
can win Nah, I'm not gonna say nothing, but you can win 1,000 arguments when it comes to me. But I know what I'm saying. He know what I'm saying. He knows
What he's
exactly
saying is, even if you're right, what do you win? I don't win nothing but my man feeling a way about me, which is not a win, it's a loss.
Nah, yo, it's not a loss to you. I'm saying that.
Well, that's because I got a foul heart, but it
You don't
should
got a
be a
foul
loss.
heart. You don't got a foul heart. I don't have
No,
to.
I'm foul. I told you I'm changing on niggas. I
I
ain't
don't have
fucking
to.
man.
I
I changed.
All right, cool.
I changed, nigga.
And I.
Nah, you changed
All right,
overnight.
yo, E, chill. Yo, E, chill. Hey, chill, E.
Nah, he changed quick. I'm telling you.
All right.
He changed
right.
quick.
Yes, that's it on that. Okay, so now Friday came and gone. Well, actually, so Friday came and gone, or Joe responded. Listen, so now he gave him till Friday that he better be in that shop. So this is Joe's response on Friday.
Flip, do you want us to go to sleepers right now, or should we ISO on you?
What I need to be ISO'd on about? What do you want me to say about that?
All right, we can take a pod vote right now. We can end the pod, go right to sleepers, do an outro. Amani and Mark is here, and we can start the Patreon, and we can save this for Patreon.
So you're referring to Another One Bites the Dust based off of what? A podcast that you feel it? Don't look at me.
Yes.
Listen.
That's why he does it.
You smell good. I'm not like them niggas, meaning that I'm not like them that they'll kick my back in. I mean,
You're not necessarily celebrating that they failed. You're just
reporting.
reporting.
I don't know if he failed. I just did, Math Hoffa podcast right now. My expert opinion is on a break, on a hiatus because due to the barbershop issues, and hopefully it come back. I don't want to just say
Right,
that
so
it failed
again,
because
Again, this is an updated, account based on the last thing you just heard. So this is 3 days later. Actually, this is 2 days later from the last one you heard. Okay, so now they're following up. It's Friday in their time. So it was Wednesday when Joe Budden said he better be in that shop by Friday. Okay, so now this podcast, this is Friday. So this is the future.
I do think that he's planning on bringing it back.
Oh, okay.
What's the barbershop issue?
Something happened with the bar. I just watched it yesterday. Stop. It's distracting me. Something happened with the barbershop where I guess he said something about the light bill was 7,000. He sublet. Yeah! You've been on there 5 times, nigga. You trade ass nigga. You've been on there 5 times.
I love that show.
Me too. So what are you talking about?
Shows you love gotta go down sometimes. Fuck are you talking about?
Well, I don't think it went down. I think that he's just trying to get in a new location.
Okay.
Yo, Joe Budden, yo, Joe Budden, yo, listen, man. I respect people like Joe Budden, the Trumps of the world that just lay their hand out. They're playing spades, showing their hand. So you got to look at Donald Trump and Joe Budden as they're playing spades, showing their hand. Like, dude, whatever you can do with this, do it. But this is my hand, F you. So Joe Budden said, yeah, man, it shows you like, hey, man, they got to go down sometimes.
Oh, today is Friday. You came to Friday on Space. Yo, Friday.
Did you see the video he made?
They ain't back it up.
Fuck are you talking about?
Well, I don't think it went down. I think that he's just trying to get in a new location.
Back it up some more.
Me too. So what are you talking about?
Shows you love gotta go down sometimes. Fuck are you talking about?
Well, I don't think it went down. I think that he's just trying to get in a new location.
Okay.
Cause you gave him till Friday. Oh, today is Friday. You gave him till Friday on Space. Yo, Friday.
Did you see the video he made?
I did see the
video. He went in the barbershop with the lights out and the flashlight and put the flashlight under his shit, and it was the light, and he was telling his story like the boogeyman.
Yeah, I saw that. He was telling us why he would no longer be doing it at that particular shop, but he is looking to do it at other shops.
Yo, we're gonna try to talk about Math on Patreon. Math is my man, so I don't have nothing to say. Hopefully he gets his shit together. Hopefully my expert opinion comes back. I know culturally we love that show. A lot of iconic interviews happened on that show, myself included. I've been there mad times. Y'all know that Math is somebody we support up here, so hopefully he gets it together. We do not need the podcast game to lose one of our black podcast greats.
That to the
We'll be
side.
good without.
Yo, no, listen. Because Noah Flip is my man. He loyal to the soil, and I'm not.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not.
I'm like that with you too. I'm loyal.
Yeah, but I don't plan on getting down again.
Because you'll step on backs.
So check on this. This is what I'm saying to y'all. This is not about man for his situation.
You'll step on back.
In life.
That was funny.
All right.
Give us the humble speech. Humble yourself.
No, seriously. In life, for me, I'm talking about me and indicators and things that I use as signs and ways to identify when I need to get the fuck away from people in the world.
Oh, no.
And one of those signs for me is when there's always a story. That's it. That was the punch. When you niggas see me at the bar for 10 years and every time I see you, it's a story about something going on in your life that involves a lot of words, I leave you and judge. I don't give a fuck if my cast is quiet right now. I don't care. That's the type of pod we on. Some of you niggas use too many words for me.
I got that from you. I say that to a lot of people now.
Honestly. Yo, but wait, I'm not saying that those people are wrong in what they're saying.
But it's just too much.
It's just too much. I don't care.
Well,
So math is that for me. When he lost SO and them niggas, I ain't say nothing.
Right.
But he did. And it was a lot of words. I wasn't that invested. And then my man, the supreme Muslim nigga.
You talking about
super Muslim. What's
Bigger.
my man? You know my name Bigger. Shout out to Bigger. Was about to try to fight Smith and Wesson. I said, holy shit.
Okay, so Bigger Picture is the guy that I played earlier saying that the shot was shot up. Everybody rock with Bigger Picture. Everybody. Like, the dude is very lovable, man.
Holy shit. Yo, Math Show is goated. He about to fight Smith and Wesson. I almost had to fight one of them niggas in Sin City. I told y'all.
Nah.
Yeah. That's my man, though. Shout out to him now. I didn't say nothing in either, but he did, and it was a lot of words. And then Champ left. Y'all lips cool?
I don't know nothing about the show.
And then Champ left.
Don't put that camera on me. I'll fuck you up, E.
And it was a lot of words.
Okay. Let's get to the...
Then the Mecca came.
Shout out to Mecca.
I could drag this forever. I could do a whole body. I tell you, we do a bitch, bro. Because y'all make it sound like y'all on the edge of your seat. Look, you about to fall again. Gravity again. Math is our man. We support him. But that old lease, yo, I subleased the lease. And they talking about running a commercial business. Podcasters, black podcasters. I just fought over that term too. Let's get familiar with a commercial business and what it means in the eyes of the law.
Yeah, yes.
You're seeing podcasters battle with the space they record, i.e. Adam. There's Math, there's me, there's niggas. It ain't cheap, it ain't free. Some of you niggas, I'm not talking about Math anymore, have skedaddled on the expenses. See how we pocket watch up here? We do that because shit is paid. I'm saying something, forget it. Yo, all right, that's how you got sleepers. Come on. All right, never mind. I got to sleep.
That's your bag.
I got to sleep.
That's how you segue out of shit. Yo, the expenses. Like, come on, stop it, bro.
I'm out. I'm done.
We know the expenses is high, but what you make is higher, nigga. Just chill. These niggas not in a position that, like you.
Say something else. I'll blast your head off that fucking seat.
We know the expenses is high, and what you make is higher. These niggas are not like you. Repeat it again. You make more.
It's a trick in there.
It's no trick. You invest in the product, so you invest in the product, but you also, with that investment comes
pay Woody
rewards.
Huh? Oh shit.
Pay Woody. I pay Woody. You talking about the push talk, nigga? That's what you talking about? What
him too. Pay the man.
All right. Anyway, at this point, they're just clowning the point they made. So it turned out that Queen's Flip, the dude. Who's also a tether. He was against reparations. He did a interview with Yvette Carnell. She cooked the hell out of him. But he was against reparations, and he's a tether. All right, Yvette Carnell cooked him. She didn't, she was, kind, but she was aggressive. She was passive aggressive, but she made her point known. Like every time he tethered, she cooked him. She didn't buck dance like Mark Lamont Hill, none of that stuff. She cooked him. Okay, and she was very eloquent, articulate, and she was strong on the message. Right. Tariq says delineate. She says disaggregate. Same thing. Same thing. So she was over Queen's Flip head a lot. But let me point to his name. His name is Queen's Flip. Queen. What masculine man would name himself Queen anything? All right. So his name is Queen's Flip. That's some non-FBA shit right there. But anyway, he is a tether because he was undermining reparations. So he's not a tether because he's a black immigrant, or what I say is new blacks. So I use the term new blacks when I talked about my family from across the seas, right? I say new blacks. I don't like to say foreigners and the new blacks, because a lot of them come over here and they try to replace us. So they are the new blacks. We're the old blacks, they are the new blacks. So Queen's Flip, he's a new black, but he's also a tether because he's on record and he actually admitted to Yvette Carnell that he was and what is at the time against reparations. She cooked him good. All right. So anyway, the thumbnail you see on the left side but him and Math Hoffa, that's off a phone conversation they were having. Right. So I'm gonna show you. So this was a follow-up. Okay, so this is actually a follow-up. This is no, I'm sorry. No. This is a follow-up from the breakup he did with his staff with the $3 million allegations, right? So Queen's Flip and Math is supposed to be cool, and that's what Joe Budden's like getting on Math so hard because he knew Queen's Flip had some fake loyalty, this Caribbean loyalty, some elevation. Allah was pointing out they got this fake Caribbean loyalty with each other. No matter how effed up they are, they still support each other. You dig? That is not our culture. We don't support, collectively and generally, we don't support the people who are into BS. We call them out for the most part. For the most part, we call them out. Look at this. Look at this sister. What is she? A mayor or some shit? She like, I don't know the story behind her, but she's a mayor or something, and she's supposedly using the money for personal use. I don't know, but all I know is that we're calling her out to a degree. All right, but that's what I mean. Like, we don't support ourselves. We don't support each other even when we're clearly negative. We are known to call each other out. And hold on. So anyway, I didn't know my internet was, when I was talking, I didn't know it was that janky and everything. I didn't know that. Okay. So that is the conclusion. Well, like I said, I played Joe Budden's most immediate reaction, which was yesterday. Okay, which was brief, but he says the Patreon. Maybe I even like whatever. Maybe I'm so nosy and I'm a true YouTube journalist. Maybe I even pay for his Patreon because I want to know what he's going to say. You dig it? I want to report it back over here in clear audio. So I'm really interested what he got to say about Math Hoffa. So I think I'm gonna use some of the extra because my supporters here had donated to me in the Cash App, and I used that really to buy some important stuff yesterday, food. So anyway, I got some dough left over. I think I'm gonna use that to be nosy and see what Joe Budden say about Math Hoffa on that damn Patreon. I gotta know. You dig? I gotta know. So I think I'm gonna conclude with this until some more breaking news, but I think I talked about this enough that I can move on for. Know thyself. So I'm happy you failed math, Hoffa. I've been telling my people for years that we must unify against everyone, including others. Yeah, I agree with know thyself. Know thyself. You are on the same type of time we are. So I'm gonna give you a wrench. You did. Make sure you subscribe. I give you a wrench. Know thyself. You're on the same time we are. You got a wrench. Just make sure you subscribe and like the video. You dig? So we can get this video. So you see, so my supporters, I rock with y'all. Y'all my family too, but all family ain't supporters. We know this. All of us who trying to do something great for ourselves, we seen family support and we seen family lack of support. So all family ain't supporters. So it's important to acknowledge the family that supports. So I like to say supporters, family in the same sentence. My supporters, which are my family, we all share the same. Well, let me say this, because Ted would be like, you ain't got the same lineage. Our lineages go to the same tree. All right, how about that, Tethers? Yeah, you're right. We ain't got the same lineage, but because my lineage is my lineage, and Donnie's is Donnie's, and Chaz is Chaz, and Allah's is Allah's. But guess what? We go back to the same tree. We got the same experience. We're part of the same culture. We are family. We're part of the same ethnogenesis. You dig? So we are literally brothers and sisters in the very sense everybody else are our cousins. All right? Everybody else that's from African descent across the sea, they're our cousins. The Caribbean would be our first cousins, right? And the continent of Africa would be our like distant cousins. That's just what it is. And that's why when we be around the Caribbean, we find more in common with them. We find a genuine connection. And when we're around folks from the continent, it don't be the same like that. It's like a working relationship. It's not like as genuine and natural as like a Caribbean person you meet. All right. Anyway, so yeah, man. Yeah, Mayor Hate Henyard. Oh, is that her name? I was trying to get her name. Yeah. So you see, we calling her out. I mean, again, I don't know the backstory. She might be 100% innocent. I don't know. I didn't check in, right? I didn't check into her backstory. That's for other folks who want to pocket watch her. I'm good. She's not my mayor. She's not affecting me from over here, and I got bigger fish to fry, right? She's not undermining FBAs, so I don't see her as a direct opposition to me. So she's not on my radar. Tethers right now are enemy number one, and white supremacists has now been number two. All right. And why are Tethers number one? Because they are directly disrespecting us and undermining in ways white supremacists can't, which makes Tethers worse. Yes. You want your juice? Go get your juice. Go. Wait, sit right there. I'll bring it to you. Sit right there. Yeah, so the Tethers, yeah. So he's been good all week. Yeah, getting a little something. This is cranberry juice. He ain't got no real juice. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, Tethers, that's why they are dangerous. And not just Tethers, but also Africans, which are Tethers too. So I'm talking about African Tethers and Caribbean Tethers. They're very dangerous because they look just like us and they are used to undermine us. And I got some stuff I'm gonna introduce to y'all, not on this live right here, because you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get flagged. They're gonna say, hey, wait a minute. The title is talking about Math Hoffa. Yo, this is real talk right here. Look, this is real. How my boy be saying, it's amazing. This is real walkie-talkie. I'm giving something to y'all real. If I go on an FBA discussion in a tether ranch, do you know folks be like, hey, trying to flag me saying, hey, he ain't talking about his topic. It's clickbait. The topic is Math Hoffa and he talking about tethers. So let me save that for the next live. But yeah, Math Hoffa. I think the video's not done. It's not done. Hold on. Dang. I ended the video too prematurely. Let me get back. Let me get the video back. It's something important I got to share. I ended the video too prematurely. And a lot of, believe me, a lot of Pan-Africanists, I reach out to them. They know who I am, and they refuse to hop on and have a discussion with me. So if you know any brave Pan-Africanists, RBG, Black Panther, all those folks, if you know anybody or anyone that really believe in their rhetoric, please invite them over here. Tell me about them, and I will invite them more. I don't need a briefing. I could just blindly invite them more, right? I want to know about Pan-Africanism and RBG and all of the bullshit. So please, myself, I've been trying to get them on here. I think they might have seen my videos, so they don't want to pop on, right? They don't want to hop on. They don't want to pop up. So if you know any Pan-Africans that you believe that's confident in their bullshit, please have them come by and pull up. So one guy had sent me a message on Unbiased Ron channel, just trying to like be funny, disrespect. And so I'm like, hey man, pull up, ask for the phone number, bro. I ain't about to debate you in the comment section. Just let's talk like men. Just pull up to the show and let's have a conversation. Okay. He then returns with this. Hey man, why don't you join my panel? I don't mute. And look, this is what you scared folks normally say. Okay, good job. So what they normally say is this is their scapegoat. Well, I don't mute people. I don't put them in the backstage. I just let them be reckless. In other words, I let folks be reckless. I don't demand order. That's all that means to me. When you say I don't mute people, I don't put them on backstage, so you have a chaotic podcast. Yeah, I'm not interested. Like, bro, what podcast you ever go on where the host don't dictate the pace? Joe Rogan, just go from high podcast to Joe Rogan to low podcast to lower. Every host dictates the pace, let you know that they are the host. You are a guest. So when it comes to me, Unbiased Ron, Don Ron, SBA does, I can't dictate the pace. I can't be a host. I got to be a guest also. I got to let everybody just be reckless and talking. No, sir. You will be on topic over here. And you will not rant. You won't have this let me finish attitude. No, sir. You're going to land your plane like I land mine. Okay. And I'm very fair. Okay, good. So you're going to be, believe me, I give more people leeway than anybody else. I've been on podcasts where I couldn't say one thing. Okay. And what I'm saying to you guys is that when I'm on podcasts, you go look my name up, look up Unbiased Sports or Unbiased Ron. When I'm on people podcasts, I am the model guest. Okay. I do not overtalk the host. When he say be quiet, I be quiet. And when he say talk, I talk again. So I live by example. So all these tethers and Pan-Africans that use that excuse, oh man, I don't mute people, bro. Yeah, you're a guest, my boy. So if I believe you're over talking me or talking in circles and not answering the question, you will be muted. If I say be quiet, shut up. Real simple. Because I'm gonna say talk and you could talk again. I don't have the podcast where I just talk and you just listen, like how I've been treating other folks' podcasts. I've been on podcasts where I barely talked at all. The dude just gave me a goddamn lecture. And I still wasn't rude. I just said never again will I hop on these folks' podcasts to be treated like that. So anyway, long story short, dude tried to invite me to his podcast because he don't mute or put people on backstage for bad behavior. Like, okay, that's your problem. Then I look up his channel. My man got no videos. Like, dude, what are you talking about? You don't even have videos. Your imagination is crazy. Okay. So anyway, I had one more part to it. Okay, so let me finish the last part. I cut the video off too early. Let me get to it real quick. Let me just bear with me. Yeah, so, but that be that cop out. Oh man, you mute people. Okay, when did I mute Brother Reggie? He came on 3 times. When did I mute him? When did I meet Tiffany that came on? Like, stop. Like, they're talking about Ditso and Kwame. Like, you got them American Dream, and these dishonest tethers. Like, there's so many guests that came on my podcast that I did not mute at all, not one time. All right, so let me find the video so I can play the last bit of it. You know what? I don't got to find a video. You know why? Because I got the screenshots. So let me just pull the screenshots up. Okay, I want to show y'all something with Math Hoffa. Okay, there's inevitable proof that the dude is a failure. Right? He dropped the bag. He fumbled the bag. Okay. You get the bag and fumble it. I get it, flip and tumble it. All right, so watch this. Watch this. Watch this. All right, look at my screen. So this is Math Hoffa latest show. You see it says 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago. So this is his latest trash content. That's why I got a trash can with his logo there. MEO, my expert opinion. Okay. So it should be my expert inexperience. So now, this guy has 1,000,000.04 subscribers. And by himself, outside the shop. So when people say, hey, man, my expert opinion is over, they say, no, it ain't, man. He about to rebrand. It looks like it's over because he's trying to do it himself and nobody's following to listen to him. So in other words, nobody want to listen to him without guest appearances. All right. So Math Hoffa is realizing that. Okay. So 2 days. So he's making reaction videos, right? He's doing what we do. And this guy his numbers is near mine. The difference is I got under 2,000 subscribers and you got 1 million. And we're like almost damn near equal in numbers. That's embarrassing. Now, let me show you where he should be. Yes, I'm look what type of researcher I am. I'm a researcher where I research subscriber base, how many live viewers you should have based on subscribers. This is a good litmus test so you can see where you're at, how good your podcast is doing, right? So this is YouTube. This is not IG or Twitter or TikTok. This is based on YouTube alone. So if you got 100 subscribers, right, you should have, when you go live, you should have minimum 5 people, right? And this is the bare minimum. Anything less than 5, you need more work. You got to change it up and do something different. If you got 200 subscribers, you need to have 10 live viewers minimum, or you got to switch it up. If you got 500 subscribers, you need 15 live viewers. You see, it goes up 1,000, 25, 2,000, 50. So I'm right where I need to be because I'm not at 2,000 yet. I'm almost, but I'm slightly under 50. But 5,000, 100, 10,000, 250. And keep in mind, I was suspended for 3 weeks, which I was well above 50 before the suspension. I was averaging like 120, at least 80 to 120 live viewers before that 3-week suspension. I killed a lot of my momentum. But look, 1 million. So when you have 1 million subscribers, this is for all of them, the academics, all of them. At minimum, they're supposed to have 30,000 live viewers. If you got 1 million subscribers. If you got 100,000 subscribers, you should have 5,000 live viewers. Yes, YouTube is brutal. It gives you a measuring stick, a ruler. Okay, a ruler. So you can have the ability to check where you are and where you need to be, how much work you need. So I'm not at 2,000 yet, but I'm climbing up. But I can say my live viewers are from 30 to 40 on any given live, 30 to 40. So I'm not really too far. And believe me, by I'm gonna say by May, okay, somewhere in May, I'm gonna be double this. I'll be back to where I'm at because I had invested in some stuff, some equipment that I'm going to be way above this. Now look, my camera's not even on. My camera be on sometimes, but it'd be off more than it is. I have a lot of background. A kid is always in the damn camera type of background. That's for the most part my camera's off. I actually have my kid on the damn live. But I got a situation where in May, so somewhere in May or before, it depends how fast this stuff get here. But I'm going to be visible for most of the lives. So of course, when you're visible, when you're actually seen, you're going to be, your viewership it's going to go crazy. So I'm doing good with the camera off. Imagine with the camera on, which it will be, which I plan to be very shortly. In the end of this month or early May, the background is going to be dope. Like I'm already setting it up now, ordering stuff. It's going to be dope. So I ain't got to worry about that. But Math Hoffa is an extreme failure. 30,000 live viewers should be. I'm gonna tell you right now. It says 4,000 views. That's total. That means in and out. So that means if this was an actual live stream with 4,000, that means he had about I'm gonna roughly say about 200 to 300 live viewers. If this was a live with 4K, he had in between 200 to 400 live viewers, not thousands, 200 to 400. A guy who has 1 million subscribers, who's supposed to be at 30,000, he's live with 4,000, right? So Professor Truth, right? He's at 140,000 subscribers, right? Hillman TBA is over 5,000. Okay, they're at 6,000, and I looked at Professor Truth video. He had like 70,000 views. He did. So and he check this out. Professor Truth and TBA camera's not even on. And they're at 6,000 live viewers and 70,000 total viewers when they stop the live. And their camera's not even on. Matt Hoffa got the setting, got the guests, and all that stuff, and 1 million subscribers, and he can't compete with solid FBA brothers with the camera off. So sometimes it's not all about visibility. It's about content. It's about integrity. It's about sincerity, and how you relate to the audience. Your audience got to rock with you. My audience rock with me. So you seen 2 names in the chat just now, okay, who I never see before. I wrenched up. But that's because you guys are liking my family, my supporters who watch me on a regular basis. You guys are liking the video, and you're pulling up as much as you can when I go live. I know you guys are busy. You can't always pull up because I go live sometime in the morning, sometimes later on. The time I went today, I don't re-choose that hour, but it's Sunday. I try something new. But because you guys are pulling up, but more so liking the video, you're having my video appear in other people YouTube live feeds as a potential watch. So you see who was it? I just gave a Rich. Know Thyself and New Flavor are 2 names that I never seen before, and now they're here. I'm gonna give them a wrench, both of a wrench, and that's because you guys liking the video is getting out. People are seeing, so now I gotta deliver now. You guys are getting me the exposure. I gotta deliver. Right? I gotta make good on the content, which hopefully you guys enjoyed the Math Hoffa recap. And I'm gonna end this live right now because, again, for some reason, YouTube, if you don't stay on topic, if I venture off to tethers, or they can say, hey, he did a clickbait channel. He ain't talking about Math Hoffa. So, family, I'm gonna see how I can join Joe Budden podcast, and I promise you, if he talks about math opera, I promise you, I will bring you the audio. Okay, I will subscribe just for that one show. Whatever, as long as the money ain't too much money, as long as it's not over like $20, I will join his Patreon and bring you the gossip, the tea, and we're gonna cook on math some more. All right, so I appreciate y'all. And until then, I'll go live again a little later to cook on some tethers. I got some good Black history for you guys. Okay, I got some good stuff for you because all I do is research all day. I'm different than most people. I am a walking encyclopedia, man. What I don't know, listen, I always know something new. And sometimes you guys be giving me ideas as well in the chat, and I'll look it up. It'd be interesting. And when you guys don't do it, I find it myself. Okay, but I got some interesting stuff for y'all, some Black history. All right, we got